welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, hello, my name is Mika. Thank you so much for stopping in. So I just wanted to stop in and say happy Martin Luther King's Day. I hope that your Martin Luther King or MLK Day is full of love, joy, and just coming together with other people and spreading love. No matter what race a person is, no matter what their background is, no matter what their gender is, we should just all come together and just love people, because people don't get a choice in the color that they're going to be or the gender that they're going to be. You don't get a choice. That's why I really just wish we could do away with racism, because you can't really enjoy life fully unless you get out of that, because people of different cultures, different backgrounds bring something different. There's so much you can learn from people who are different than you. And honestly, why would you want to live in a world where everybody was the same as you? Everyone looked the same as you. Everyone had the same background as you. What kind of world would that be? It would be no excitement. There would be no pleasure in that, knowing that, okay, this person is just like me. You're going to be seeking something different. As humans, if we're honest with ourselves, that's what we do. We seek different. We connect and we gravitate towards things that are different than us, people who are different from us. And so I feel like, it's so sad that you still hear about people, taking the lives of other people just because of their race, just because they despise the way that they look, or despise their choices in life. So much hate crimes going on in the world, and I just wish it would just stop, because honestly, it makes no sense. We're not gods. And if God's seeing fit that people who are choosing to live their life a certain way, or who is a certain skin tone, who is a certain race, who comes from a different background, or, who has less of this and more of that, or more of this and less of that, whatever it is, if God is seeing fit that those people can still live in his world, then who are you to try to come along and, because you hate what they're doing or you hate the way that they look, take their lives or spread hate, be cruel to them? Who are you? Because just how you're being cruel to somebody out there don't like you either. And you wouldn't want for those people to come and spread hate on you or do hateful things towards you or your children. So why would you put yourself in a position where you're doing that to other people? You may have the upper hand right now, but like they say, there's no fun when a rabbit has a gun. And that's true. So let's change our hearts. This is 2023. Let's change our hearts. If people are not bothering you, people are not hurting you, then let them live their life. You ain't gotta like them, but you don't have to be hateful. You don't have to be cruel. You don't have to try to destroy things in their lives because you don't like them. I've been a victim of hate crime before. And let me tell you something, it don't feel good. And it does actually really, really hurt, because it's like, I don't know you, you don't know me. If you would have had the chance to get to know me, you probably would have thought I was a sweet person. And automatically, I give people the benefit of the doubt. You may call it naive, and I may be naive, but I believe that everyone has goodness in them. But I also know that we're humans and we have a bad side too. But my first approach to you is not because of what someone that looks like you have done. I'm not going to automatically believe that that's what you're going to do. I'm going to give you the chance and the opportunity to prove what kind of person you are to me. And in my case, in my scenario, thank God it was not that serious, but it was serious enough where it was scary. I was living in Indianapolis, Indiana at this time, but I was younger. I was probably about 22, and I was visiting my mom. She lives in like townhomes, and the townhomes was really, really close together, and they would just be really spiteful and just mean, and every time my mom would speak to them, they wouldn't want to speak. And anytime that I would come around, they wouldn't want to speak. So we knew it was something that was up, because they were the opposite color of us. I don't want to put it up there and make it seem like I'm trying to be funny, but this is the truth. They were opposite color of us. We were nice to them. We were, you know, we don't have hate in our bones. We was not raised like that, and it just makes no sense. We just know too much time and energy is being wasted on things that is nonsense and things that it's not going to make or break you to have that on your heart. If I'm going to be in bad standing with God, it's going to be for something way more beneficial to me than to dislike you because of the color of your skin. So that's what I was saying. So this one day, I remember I got to my mom's apartment, I parked, I spoke to them, and it was like 5 of them that was living in the townhome. So they were standing outside in their yard. The yard at that time was in the front of their townhome. So they were standing outside, and they lived next door to my mom. So I was like, you know, hi, when I was walking to her apartment or her townhome. And they just looked at me and they just started laughing. So I was like, okay, whatever. So I went ahead, visited my mom, and I left back out. And I was like, it was crazy because that same day I drove to my mom's house on E. So I knew that I was going to have to stop and get gas. So when I left from my mom's house and went to the gas station, there was a Snickers bar stuck in my tank. And it was like you could tell, like, it was just recently done. It wasn't melted or anything. It was just like they tried to stick it in there. I guess maybe they didn't have time, but it didn't go down, thank God. But you know, it was just, you know, in that moment it just made me feel like, why? And I was way more sensitive back then than I am now. So of course I was crying, and it's like, why would they even touch my vehicle? Like, that was so cruel and things like that. But I remember the next time I had went over there, they would say the N-word, and they would just say like that I couldn't, like, they would just say, you're not supposed to park there, N-word and stuff like that. And so it was very disgusting. And I never, you know, especially during that time, because my mom never raised me like that. So she always raised me to, you know, turn the other cheek when it comes to stuff like that. Unless someone puts their hands on you, you don't engage in that. Because honestly, you know, if someone dislikes you that much, where they're calling out your name and they're doing things to you that it's not right, they have the capability of taking your life or harming you physically. So that's why she always taught us to, if they're not putting their hands on you, just walk away. So, you know, I think about stuff like that. And then when I hear about hate crimes on any race, I don't care what race you are, because I care about all people. When I hear about any hate crimes, it just makes me feel sick, because it's so stupid. It's so stupid. And I think like how I felt in those moments when I had that happen to me, and just being called on my name. And I know I was always nice to these people. I always was speaking, always, hello, how are you? Even when I knew they wasn't going to speak back, I would still say, hi, how are you? I guess that made them mad. I don't know, because they tried to ruin my gas tank by sticking a candy bar in it. But, you know, I just think, like, how did those people feel? You know, the people who actually was harmed or threatened with weapons or their lives were taken, like, I just think about how they had to have felt in those moments where they're like, what did I do? You know, I didn't do anything. I may say hi to you and now you're trying to strangle me, or I just came to the same area that you're in, and now, you know, I'm in a whole bunch of mess, like I did something to you and I didn't do anything. You know, and so I just really wish that that's something that we can just change. And, you know, it's beautiful when I see people of all races hanging together, or they're just cordial, because honestly, we're all here for a reason. And I don't know why God created a rainbow of us, but I'm glad that He did. I'm glad that we're different, and I'm glad that He gave us all something different to bring to the world, because we're supposed to make up His body. That's our purpose on earth, is to bring love and joy and to bring Christ-like behaviors to the world, you know, so that people remember His existence. We're not here to nitpick at the color of somebody's skin, y'all. Let 2023 be the beginning of starting a great world. And I understand there's no such thing as a perfect world, but we can all put in our little bit of work and if you dislike somebody because of the color of their skin, maybe that's just something you just need to work with on yourself. But you don't need to spread that hate. You don't need to do things to people just because you hate them or you don't like them. Because really, hate is a really strong word. And I honestly believe that it comes from some type of insecurity within yourself. Because there's no reason you should hate anybody, especially if they haven't done anything to you. They don't even know who you are. So let's work on that, you know. And like I said, let's have I hope that you all enjoy your MLK Day. And, you know, like I said, this is not a time to bring up the stuff that happened in the past. I understand the stuff that happened regarding Martin Luther King. I understand it was tough, and especially for the Black community, it hit hard. You know, it's very, very, very hard to accept what happened. But that doesn't mean that you should go and look at the people who are like the people who harmed him or who took his life as people that you should dislike, because those wasn't these people. It may have been people who look like them, but that wasn't them. So we have to learn that just because someone did something to you or your family member and they're a certain race of people, that doesn't mean that all that race of people are just like that person. You know, let's work on that. And let's work on bridging together love, bridging together respect for one another, respect for each other's things, belongings, lives. Let's work on that. Let's work on it, because like I said, the hate has got to stop. And until we work on that and we improve in that area, we'll never have peace on earth. We have so much other stuff that we have to constantly worry about. We don't need to be worrying about senseless things. Senseless. But y'all let me know what you think. We'll keep the conversation going. Just drop your comments below. Whatever you think, add to it. You know, I know there's a lot of things that you have to say. I'm not here to just my way. I mean, it is my channel, but I'm open to hearing other people's perspectives as well. So let's go ahead and drop your comments, and we'll keep the conversation going and talk next time. Bye.